Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad, and you're watching me go from zero to hero on a Resto, Druid, and Dragonflight Season 4. I almost said 3 for some reason, I don't know. So, in the last episode, we did an Algathar Academy. I just finished recording that, and now I'm actually going to go ahead and do another dungeon. Like I said, I'm not going to do the Wheel of Names anymore because there's not many dungeons to be run. There's just not many listings. And there's also not many people that do those listings that are also desperate enough to invite me to come heal for them because my rating isn't great, my gear isn't great, my clears aren't great. Basically, I don't look great. So hopefully I do get invited here in the next coming 10-15 minutes. I don't know which dungeon it's going to be, so I'm just going to start applying to groups, and then when I get into one, we'll get started. Nothing but VDH apparently is being used right now, so we're going to apply to these Brackenhide runs. I would really like to do Brackenhide, but Azure Vault wouldn't be too bad either. The first boss in Azure Vault is a massive pain in the ass, because if your tank doesn't know how to position it properly to take out a bunch of those trees, and the group doesn't know how to position to make sure they take out a bunch of trees, or all of the trees I should say, the first boss will straight up just wipe you. And it's hard to, between the circles coming out to clear the trees and the boss doing the stomp, it's kind of hard to get everyone to max HP, especially if they didn't use any sort of defensives or anything. It's pretty rough. And as you can see, I'm being declined for just about everything because my clears look like shit. There are 2 runs that I could apply to and neither of them seem to want me. So this may take a while. All right, here we go with an Azure Vault, the thing I was talking about. Here's the group you can see in the bottom left, or bottom right, sorry. I'm really hoping people interrupt these lashers and stuff. I'm going to try and do it myself, but I can only do so much. It looks like we're pulling this whole group. Give big heals to the tank, and I'm looking for casts. I'm going to do the push and pull after this, like so. I only interrupted one of those, but it looks like we are good. Hoping nobody gets hit by that frontal. That could be disastrous. I'm just going to pre-hot everyone like crazy, just to be sure. Okay, it looks like we're good. I didn't even sunfire the mobs. That's how scared I am right now of the damage starting to come through on the entire group. I'm going to keep big heals on the tank here because he's going to need it because he's got 4 stacks of that debuff on him. But for the most part, he does seem to be okay. We're just going to give him a nice Cenarian ward. That shall keep him safe. He seems to be pulling just these guys. That's okay. Sunfire, and then we're going to moonfire the rest of them. Nice. Get life blooms back up. We can roar again to make sure that we prevent all that nonsense. A little tree will keep us safe. I'm being very intense with my mana usage here and making sure everyone's hotted up because I just don't want any nonsense going through. I'm not putting a perfect amount of thought into it. Like right now, I could have recognized that the lashers have all been interrupted and I can just avoid spending any more mana on healing because only the tank is taking damage unless people stand in swirlies and shit, which I don't expect them to in 10s, right? Like people are good enough in 10s to avoid swirlies, you would think. Okay, we have another roar available. I'm going to go ahead and use it. This time I have Hibernate skilled up. I did manage to grab it between the between the videos. To be honest, I landed immediately after finishing the last one and started changing talents just so I don't forget because I can't, man. Sometimes I just forget, okay? You know? I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Just finishing off these lashers. None of the shades seem to be on me, so I'm kind of safe standing here and DPSing them. Very nice. People can walk through for the most part. It does look like they might need some healing once they get down here, though. Yep, definitely. It's okay. We've got a clear cast stack so we can just keep healing them up nice and quick. Hopefully somebody interrupts that. If not, I will cleanse this. There was nobody else on top of them, so I knew I was safe to do so. I was making sure that the person being beamed wasn't on top of anybody else. I am just making sure I'm pre-hotting here, focusing on that much more than the dots because again, the group can do damage, only I can do healing. So, well, of course we have paladins and whatnot, so they can do healing as well, big time, but still, I'd rather be safe than sorry, you know what I mean? If it comes down to my DPS being the difference in a +10, then the group didn't have what it took to begin with. It's just the trees now, or 2 trees, I should say, and one of them is almost dead. I'm going to CC this one immediately. There we go. Again, we need to cleanse people. Why did you bubble, my friend? I can just cleanse that. Don't worry. They kind of wasted the bubble. Hopefully they won't need it. Hopefully I heal so well here that they just genuinely have no chance of needing that bubble. That would be perfect. I would prefer that. But me knowing myself, I'm probably going to get distracted by either commentary or DPSing or people's positionings, and I am going to completely screw up. But no chance is going to be taken here. We're going to start hotting up the tank because he's going to get hit with the infused strike. The infused strike does a lot of damage. I'm going to try and not stand on top of the tank in any way. Hopefully the tank doesn't move last second and kind of wipe me out. That would really, really suck. Looks like we're good now. We don't have to position too far away. I'm going to knock these guys away from me just to keep myself safe. Now I'm going to start pre-hotting. People are very far away from me. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm going to wild growth the boss and hopefully that reaches people. We seem to be okay. We need to keep the tank alive. Okay, I'm going to flourish here, start rejuving. We're good. We're good. Managed to get through it. Clear cast stacks coming in strong and healing us up. Very nice. Okay, so I just have to do that like what, 3 more times, 2 more times? Hopefully it's just 2 more times. That would be preferable. Tank needs to be hotted up heavily for this. In fact, I'm so confident I'm going to go here and convoke. Just a nice little quick little convoke. Big break from the tank. Keep the tank alive, hopefully. Tank could use a defensive for that knockback or something. I don't know. Explosive brand is coming through. I'm going to go ahead and grab these. I'm going to send out some trees and hope for the best. This person's going to need a big heal. I don't have a flourish available. I'm going to shadow meld to help the tank grab aggro off these because it can be pretty difficult when the healer doesn't move to the center like I didn't. The stomp came through, but we were perfectly fine. I got a blessing of spell warding to protect me from the magic damage from the stomp. Thank you, Paladin. That was very generous of you. I think he thought I was a more threat than I was. Infused strike going out onto Paladin. He lay on hands himself, it looks like. No, he just healed himself, it looks like. I don't know. I saw a flash of light and it looked like it was a lay on hands. There's going to be a the thingy coming through. I'm going to knock these guys back. I'm going to try and hot everyone up. I'm going to use a wild growth into a flourish. I'm going to move over here. No, I'm going to move over here apparently. Use a defensive for that stomp. Tank's dead. I am immediately rezzing the tank. Putting a yoink back on these. Tank has been rezzed. Tank needs to be healed. Consuming stomps coming through. Not everyone is going to be alive here after this, unfortunately, but we have enough to kill the boss. The tank went down to, I don't know what, probably a tank buster, but my quick CR managed to get us a kill here. Hopefully, there we go. People can release TP on here. I'm not gonna cast a res at you when you can just release TP. That worked out. That could have been horrifically bad. I should have probably looked at the tank and popped an iron bark on him. I wasn't really paying attention to that. There's too many things for me to do anyway. Okay, apparently we're pulling this, so we're just gonna go ahead and smack all these little whelps. We're going to give a tank an iron bark here while he positions into his consecration. There we go. We're going to look to CC these as we keep going. Another piercing shards. We're going to knock that one. Dispel this off the tank. He didn't give himself freedom, so he was rooted. I'm just looking for the group damage to start coming through, but it doesn't seem to be. 2 stacks on the tank. We're going to start giving him big hots so that he can survive that. He seems to be fine. So yeah, nice. Okay, tank can handle it just fine. Very good. Very well done by the tank there. Very efficient pull. I think he's going to try and do the skip, maybe? I don't know why we pulled those, to be completely honest with you. I think he just wants to skip some frogs or whatever later on. I feel like this pull's a little bit harder than doing the frogs later. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't know what the tank's route is. He didn't link it to us or anything. I'm just going to go in and convoke here. There's really nothing for me to heal here, so I may as well be DPSing. Again, I am intentionally not focusing on DPS. It's a complete afterthought because if people die because I was DPSing, that's much worse than me managing to get a little bit more DPS in, or not having a little bit more DPS in, I guess is what I wanted to say. Whatever. That sentence didn't really come out right, but it all worked out. The shades are dead. Now we can use the book. So far, so good. We cleared the first boss. That's usually the biggest hurdle Pugs face. Hopefully we don't have to keep CRing the tank during boss fights, but I have a good feeling about this. We're going to drop an efflorescence. I'm going to look at the keeper. Icy bindings came through, so we're going to interrupt that. I'm going to knock back on the first cast of the elementals. There's the first cast. Nobody's getting hit by anything, so there's really not much for me to heal. I'm just going to pre-hot just in case shit goes south. We seem to be good though. I am standing dangerously close to the edge of that swirly, so I'm going to go ahead and just reposition. I don't have anything to keep these guys CC'd or knocked back or whatever. I need to step closer to hibernate. It got banished. That one got sleepwalked. Everyone's using something. I don't know if the paladin is, or the tank is doing stuff, but I know that the red paladin pointed out that he has something every 15 seconds, which is repentance. Repentance has a 15-second cooldown, and I have seen it being used, so piercing shards are going to get interrupted. I don't want the tank being affected by that. There's going to be another one coming through. That one I'm going to knock, I think. Or has it already gone through and I haven't noticed it? I do not know. Tank's using a defensive. I'm going to knock this just to prevent that application of the tank dot. There's no reason to let it go through if I don't need to. Again, I'm over healing here like crazy, but I'd rather over heal than under heal. You know what I mean? I keep like being apologetic about it, but my role is healer. I want to heal. not focused on DPS. Also, I'm scared of the Spiteful just punching me in the face, so not going kitty cat form is also a choice that I have made. We're kiting sort of in that direction. I don't know. Oh, does the tank want to skip? I think he wants to skip. That's why he's positioning over there. That's fine. He's jumping down. I'm going to go ahead and sprint and jump, and then I'm going to dash to the Paladin like so. And now if anybody else fails to make it down, Evoker can also rescue them. So let's see if we can make it without people. Ooh, that person just got wasted. Okay. I got him. This is fine. Guess not, he says. No res for me. But we got you. We can heal you up. It's 5 seconds. Who cares? I'm going to dash to the tank and give him movement speed, rebuff our Evoker friend, and reapply these. Looks like we're pulling this as well. The Keeper needs to get interrupted when he casts Icy Bindings. The other things I don't really care about, but the Icy Bindings I really do care about because it forces people to stand in swirlies. There's no... there is swirlies. There's attendance, which means that there's swirlies. There's some swirlies right there. It doesn't look like I need to do anything else though, so I'm going to start moonfiring these things up. Moonfire is going to be most of my DPS for these runs, really. I don't expect to do much cat form weaving because I'm going to be too busy thinking about what I need to heal next in the boss fights, because there's big damage events in pretty much every boss fight. I am hoping that the crystals are handled properly. I'm just getting punched in the face here. It's fine. I have hots up. Tank has big defensive up. I'm not going to Iron Bark. I was about to Iron Bark them, but I really don't need to because they have big defensive up. I am going to pop a bunch of hots on them now. Attendants are doing their thing. Spell Frost Breath is up. We just keep the hots up on the tank and he'll get healed through that just fine. There you go, buddy. I got you. I keep you safe. Don't you worry. Tank's doing great though. Tank's genuinely doing great. There was a little mishap where they ended up getting smushed on the first boss, but the first boss is so brutal towards tanks. There's like everything that the boss hits you with is like a tank buster. So I completely understand them getting wiped out. I had a lot of trouble with that boss on my blood DK, and heck, even like on my Guardian Druid, which is super tanky. It feels much tankier than the blood DK. I still had issues. Paladin did Repentance. Okay, we got 3 CCs on that guy. He's not going anywhere, that's for sure. And one on this one. I didn't even see that there was another one over here. Tank is still moving, trying to reposition. Let's try and hot the tank up because he might be taking some ice cutters to the face here, to the dome, the chrome dome. We did get an interrupt on the Icy Binding, so that's great. Just make sure the tank is nice and safe. Also make sure I don't stand in those swirlies. Group's been doing great, by the way. I haven't had to heal any sort of avoidable damage. They've been moving out of these swirlies. I'm getting punched in the face by these guys though. Did the Paladin just heal me? I feel like the Paladin just healed me. Warlock friend is gonna get healed up here. Very nice. Just CC these guys. Okay, I'll move my Hibernate over to this guy. I can move my Hibernate because Hibernate has no cooldown. So if people CC one that I'm CCing, I just move over and CC the other one. It's that simple because there's no reason to freak out and like wait for somebody else to CC the other thing, because I can just move my CC. It's not a big deal if I overlap. It's more of a big deal if everyone overlaps, but then again, you still have me as a fallback. No real damage going through here unless people get hit by the image, so I'm just switching my meager DPS over to the image as well as any sort of CC that I can provide. Paladin's doing a great job where he does not let the boss point the Arcane Cleave or do the Arcane Cleave on him. Yes, he does. That's not what I meant to say. What I meant to say was I need to be healing, so I'm going to shut up here for a second. I got to re-hot everyone because there is significant rot damage coming through, as well as these orbs. I got to keep an eye on the orbs. First time I healed this, I stood in the orbs like a dum-dum. Okay, I can put some hots out or dots out now. Keep everyone hotted up, nice and safe. Use those clear casts, move out of the swirlies, and that's the intermission donezo. Well done, group. But yes, what I was talking about with the Arcane Cleave is the tank basically doesn't move until the Arcane Cleave. See, the Arcane Cleave just ended, and now he moves over to the image, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. That's perfect, because otherwise, if you're moving with the Arcane Cleave, some poor melee bastard is going to get his face cut off by an Arcane Blade, and you don't want that. That's never good. Nobody wants their face to be cut off. Maybe if it was a regular metal blade, but an Arcane Blade, that's horrible. There's no insurance for that. Tank is moving the boss over to the corner of the room. This is done to make the run back to the center much longer. That way you can get more DPS into the boss and potentially kill him with without as many intermissions. Here, I'm not sure whether or not we're going to get another intermission. So far, the group's been DPSing very, very well. If I had been participating, maybe we could like have skipped it a bit more. More for sure. How to say? I'm not sure. Yeah, we got 19%. I don't think I would have made that difference. We're gonna get a few more percent in while he's running back. And now I'm going to focus on actually healing the group because again, the rot damage is gonna come out from this intermission. I got some trees, got another tree. Everyone's nice and healthy. I move out of that. Focus on moving out of the swirlies rather than DPSing or healing. Because if I'm dead, I can't do either. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I'm going to put my efflorescence over there. Ooh, stuck between swirlies and the orb. I didn't know where to go. I do have a CR ready for me from either the warlock or this. I think they might try to do this without me. I'm gonna just wait. I think they can do it. I think they can do it. I don't think I need to spend the CR. I think I don't take. Boss almost dead. Yeah, the boss is almost dead, so I think we should be safe. Just need people to actually focus on this thing, because that thing, if it keeps hitting people, it will kill them. It looks like they're able to kill him. 1%. Paladin's gonna get hit by a spell. Nope, Paladin managed to do. Okay, cool. We managed to save a CR. I made the right call. It looks like the poor warlock died as well, but we are good. We rebuff and we go to the next bit. That's a good CR save. We now have an entire CR available and another one in 3 minutes, so the run is looking a little bit safer. We're going to go ahead and hot up the tank here. He's going to get hit pretty hard by this guy. He's going to go into the next room. I'm going to start pre-hotting because this guy's going to charge into someone. I don't know who he's charging. I can't really see, but I can heal afterwards. It's not fortified weak, so we should be relatively safe here. Yeah, that tickles compared to fortified weak, honestly. Instant CC coming out from the group. We're going to try and put some dots down. I'm not going to use my yoink back. I'm going to save that for the inevitable swarm of shades that we're going to experience here. Somebody might get polymorphed here. I can immediately dispel them. That's fine. Shoulder slams on me. I'm going to use a defensive. There we go. I'm glad I used that defensive because that shoulder slam really hurt, even though it's tyrannical weak. But then again, maybe I'm just that squishy. Okay, there's a shade right there. It's immobilized. Now I'm going to put this down. The frogs can get yoinked back as well if they jump. Looking good. The frogs don't really do anything. I'll give movement speed to the paladin. He has his little horse. My movement speed lasts longer than that horse, so he's going to get some benefit out of it. Not going to hit anything just yet. Paladin might not have had a chance to hit it properly. Okay, we keep the paladin hotted up. He's getting targeted by that charge, so he'll take increased physical damage, which means the bleeds from these little looter guys are also going to hurt him that much more. But this paladin's a pure, like, just a beefcake. He is just, his health bar's not moving, dude. I say that his health bar starts immediately moving, but I think it's my hots wearing off, so it's finally showing. Okay, I feel like I'm getting healed by someone other than myself. I just knocked everything back. That kind of sucks. Hopefully I didn't mess up anybody's DPS by doing that. I was just scared of the thingy. I'm going to shadow meld this. That was probably a waste of shadow meld. My friend there got bopped by something. I'm not sure what killed him, but we will have to get out of whatchamacallit combat to make sure that I can heal or res him. Okay, the shades are coming down. We got up the shades. I don't want to fight the shades that's running after me, so I'm just going to run over to this one, beat the crap out of it. Can I outrange those? Okay, I can, and we're going to quickly res. Everyone's resing. This guy's reading a book. Look at him. What a slacker. Reading a book. You're supposed to be resing so I can drink. The drink I don't have. I still haven't bought a drink. That's kind of stupid of me, but oh well. Okay, tank's already in there. I couldn't reach him because he was out of line of sight, but let's start hotting everyone up. I think the warlock is still eating food. That's okay. Bestial Aura coming out, so we're going to wild growth. I don't want to flourish. I haven't flourished much. I don't think I flourished in the last boss either because the damage just wasn't high enough. It didn't feel like I needed to. Maybe I could have done and gotten some more globals into damage, but I don't give a shit about damage, man. I give a shit about surviving. I'm just gonna use 2 trees here. Oh, I'm getting punched. I'm getting punched. Get away from me, you freak. Okay, we're going to dash to the tank. Get me out of there. Save me. Save me from the nothing I've become. Okay, we're gonna move away from the paladin so I don't get bombed. Okay, he used all his defensives, but he used them after he got hit, so I didn't really do much for us. Waiting for the paladin to make sure that they have aggro, and now we're going to start actually healing people up. One of them I can CC. Okay, that one got CC'd. I'm moving over to the other one. Wild growth into a flourish here. The wild growth flourish combo is pretty strong. Yes, I know that it extends hots, and then I'm putting hots after wild growth, but they're still ticking for 6 seconds. They tick for faster, so they're still benefiting from wild growth. Or not from wild growth, sorry, from flourish. So it doesn't matter if the hots are already there or not. What matters is that you get them onto the target so that they can benefit from that increased tick rate from the flourish. It looks good to me. Also, please do correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my understanding of it. Like, the flourish will increase hot tick rate for 6 seconds, regardless of those hots being up at the time of flourish being used or afterwards. Kill the shade and get over there. We have 100%, and we have how much time? We have 8 minutes to kill 2 bosses. No, 15.5 minutes to kill 2 bosses. If I kill us by not healing enough here, I bring shame to family. I mean, I'm just hoping we're going to be good. Everyone's hotted up. We're going to wild growth as soon as this thing ends. Right now, that should keep everyone nice and safe. Yeah, I don't even need to use any trees, really. But we're going to dot up the tank. Who's being beamed? The warlock's being beamed, but they used a, whatchamacallit, a defensive that gives them a shield. So we're going to wild growth as that reaches its end, and we are perfectly safe. Look at those hots coming through. 2 stacks of light, clear casting keeps everybody nice and healthy. You see this one, the other one, both of them got CC'd by somebody else right off the bat. I didn't have hots up on everyone, but that's okay. We have enough time. It's on Moniker. We're going to give them a big old shield. I don't really need to do much else because that shield will completely negate the Icy Devastator. I do have my Shadow Meld up, so if it's on me, the Icy Devastator, I can just get out of it. And we're going to wild growth here real quick. Beautiful. Enough healing. 133k seems to be enough for this boss fight. That's beautiful. It's not an amazing HPS, but I'm not here to like pump HPS. I'm here to heal enough to make sure that the boss dies. I'm going to give a quick wild growth again, reapply these. Icy Devastator on me. Once it starts channeling, that's when you Shadow Meld. If you Shadow Meld sooner than that, it's just going to pick a different target to put Icy Devastator on. Now we're going to put down some heals here. There we go. 2 stacks of clear casting later, and we're good to go. Look at that. That's beautiful. I should make use of my efflorescence. I haven't been doing that all that well, have I? Let's start reapplying these hots. Everyone's nice and beefy. Look at that. That's just, I feel satisfied here. Now I'm going to use a defensive here and send myself a nice big regrowth or 2. There we go. That's beautiful. We have frost bombs coming out. Everyone's hotted up. We're going to time our thingy wild growth to make sure that we heal right at the end of that and heal whoever's the lowest. Beautiful. Boss is going to go into intermission soon after these frost bombs and Icy Devastators. No, I think it might be a little bit longer than that. I'm not sure. Wild growth right afterwards. I'm letting myself slip, not keeping everything up. I need to get away. Oh, please let me just get away from you. Stop running in the same direction. I don't want to be next to the ice. I kind of made their lives difficult. They were trying to get away from me to help me, but I failed miserably. All right, wild growth right as that ends and the boss dies and everyone gets healed to full by the time they reach the bottom. Okay, I couldn't target them while they were in the book, so I'm just going to heal them when I get downstairs. Clearcast is going to run out by then, but oh well. Now, I do notice that I have 2 reforestation stacks, which means next time I swift mend, I go into tree form, which is going to be perfect for the first crystals. We're getting started. People are asking for the main, or like the main crystal to be marked. That I think that's pretty much automatic for just about everyone. Dragon Strike coming through, which means we dispel that. I'm gonna get some damage in here while I still can because I'm gonna need to heal a whole bunch soon. It's at 82%. Let's start hotting things up because it's percent based. At 75%, that's when the crystals come out. I'm gonna drop this over here. Okay, we're going to use a wild growth and a flourish. Get some trees out, regrowths. This person is taking the most damage, so we're going to give them the most loving. Yeah, those crystals melted. I don't think I should even be worried. Cool. We've got another, another set of crystals coming here soon at 50%. So we're going to just wrath until then. There's not much to heal. Okay, wild growth. Only affected a few people. I should be pointing it at the boss and standing closer to it. I think we're good though. I can CC this one. Next set of crystals coming out. I get those life blooms out. Fluorescence here and get these 2 clear casts through. Again, this person is going to get a, an iron bark, and we're going to get that reforestation 3rd stack. These crystals are lasting for longer because everyone blasted their cooldowns at the first one. Okay, we seem to be clearing them, so we are fine. I'll have flourish for the next one. I didn't have it for this one. The next one is the last one. If we clear that, we time this. It looks like a +2 right now. I'm very happy about that. Arcane Eruption takes out Moniker. Didn't notice this little swirly. That's okay. We res him. We have still 1 more CR, so it's not a big deal. We have trees ready. I have 2 trees available, or no, that's a lie. I only have 1 tree available for the for the upcoming damage. We're going to start start pre-hotting people. We have Flourish, like I said. We'll drop this here. I'm going to Flourish, get those regrowths out, get another big heal on this person. I'm going to give myself this shield, keep those regrowths rolling. Now we're going to use Convoke. We needed to dispel the tank because he got hit by the tank buster that applies that debuff to them. To this day, I don't know what that debuff does. I just know it needs to get the hell off of my tank. That's what I know. Okay, that's it. That's the boss dead. There's really no more big damage events. We got through all 3 sets of the crystals thanks to my healing, which seems to be topping out at about 96k HPS, but I'm okay with that. My job here was definitely to heal. Everything else is just extra. Another person got wiped out, but they got a CR. They get rezzed up. It's like it never happened. It didn't even happen. Nice. That was a 2-star Azure Vault. This is considered one of the easier dungeons in the season, so I'm happy I was able to at least two-star the easier dungeons. Looking forward to a Brackenhide. Hopefully we can get a 2 or 3 star there as well. That would be nice. I have a Brackenhide, but it's a 3. I'm not going to re-roll that. Brackenhide is easy to push up in case I need to push up keys to farm up some gear or something like that. Thank you for the run. That was a good run. This group was amazing. They didn't stand in just about anything. At the last boss, they did die to the little zones twice, but other than that, the group was amazing. They barely died to anything and barely took any extra avoidable damage. This was amazing. Just really, really happy. And I'm also happy with my healing. I'm not amazed with my DPS, but like I said, I am not focusing on DPS. This is probably the 50th time I've said it this dungeon run, well, this is not part of the dungeon run, obviously, but this video, let's put it that way. Let's repair real quick. And what's next? I don't know. I don't know what's next. I can remove from my dungeon finder thingy, I can remove Azure Vault, not add Algathar, remove Azure Vault. There we go. And now we have Brackenhide, Halls, Nelthuris, Ruby, and Uldaman left to do. Hopefully, as I'm stacking out these +10 clears, I'm going to start getting considered for more +10 runs because I was getting straight up instantly declined from runs. And I think Uldaman is going to be the absolute worst because my highest clear of Uldaman is a +++5 and it's unfortified, not even tyrannical. And I also think Uldaman's going to be a hell of a hard run. But as long as I focus on the heals, I'll be doing great. Danny has sent me a message. She says, nice portal you got there. GG's Boo Bear. I'm gonna say thank you, BB. She can hear me from the other room yelling about getting on her portal. Well, not really yelling about that because I didn't say that. Speaking of which, where is the portal? Where did it go? Was that actually a +10? Don't tell me that was a +9. No, it was a level 10. Where's my... Oh, I already put it up here. Dumbass. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like. Let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe because there's more episodes coming. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can become a channel member. Channel members have guaranteed replies to their comments, and they get nice little shoutouts at the beginning of videos. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. This was actually really fun. This is probably the smoothest Azure Vault I've done so far, like outside of farming worm crests with friends. So yeah, that was like, I'm super happy that I got lucky and actually had a nice smooth little run. What has been your worst dungeon this season? What do you like brick most often? I feel like it's Ruby Life Pools for a lot of people.